Coming up, the manhunt continues for the suspect in Friday's Pennington County homicide. And residents will get a chance to give their input during the West Fargo Special Assessment Commission's public hearing. Plus, Senate Majority Chuck Schumer wants the NRA investigated. We'll tell you why right now on Valley News Live at 10.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Nashay Taylor. The hunt continues for a man suspected of killing his wife, and now a $10,000 reward is being offered up for his apprehension. The man you see on your screen is 44-year-old Eric Reinbold. He's being sought by the U.S. Marshals and is the primary suspect in the murder of his wife, Lizette Reinbold, which occurred on Friday in rural Pennington County. Reinbold is believed to be armed and dangerous. If you see him, do not approach him. You are asked to contact the U.S. Marshals at 1-877-WANTED-2 or submit a tip online at usmarshals.gov/tips. And tomorrow the trial begins for the former West Fargo teacher charged with luring a minor online. Ronald Thompson will face a jury tomorrow after being charged back in February. Court documents revealed a detective from Florida alerted WFPD about Thompson posing as a 14-year-old while chatting online. If Thompson is convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. The City of West Fargo Special Assessment Commission will be holding a public hearing tomorrow night. This meeting comes after many West Fargo, and Horace residents living within the Cheyenne diversion were concerned about possible fee changes. Some residents were sent letters which sparked much of the concern, but Cass Water Resource officials say these possible fee changes are part of the reassessment that happens every 3 years. The meeting will take place tomorrow at 5:30 in the Commission chambers at West Fargo City Hall, located at 800 4th Avenue East. After a devastating house fire in West Fargo, some neighbors are helping raise money to help provide support. One family used a lemonade stand to help give back. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling brings us the story.
It's like another way how to make other people happy and stuff.
A lemonade stand by the Tolstons in West Fargo has raised close to $1,000 in helping a family recover after a house fire.
We had people reaching out saying, hey, how can we give? And then it even snowballed even further. Like our hometown people are like, here, let me Venmo you some money.
And they got to meet the family they are helping.
And they made a point to come and say thank you to our kids and shake our kids' hands, which was really incredible.
The Tolstons sold lemonade in their neighborhood to help a family they have never met before. For them, it's all about supporting another member of the Fargo-Moorhead area.
You know, we've never met them. Like we found out they were a mile away and in our neighborhood, and it just doesn't matter if you've met people or not. Like that's just like Fargo-Moorhead, and they come stop by and you give them hugs as if you've known them forever.
On Thursday night, the West Fargo Fire Department responded to a call on 8th Street West. The house and the garage was deemed a total loss. In the wake of the damage, the community surrounding the Petersons, who lost their home.
They're so caring. It's just incredible to see.
In West Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
So far, over $12,000 has been raised for the Peterson family. For more information on the GoFundMe page, visit our website and click on this story. And meanwhile, this afternoon, just before 2:30, the Grand Forks Fire Department responded to a fire that happened at the CHS asphalt plant near the 2500 block of North 42nd Street. Upon arrival, crews found a heating circulation pump motor on fire. CHS staff was able to help direct fire officials on how to stop the power so they could secure and extinguish the fire. The fire is believed to be caused due to the overheating of the electrical motor. The damage is estimated at less than $3,000. No injuries were reported. A man was ejected from his motorcycle following a head-on collision with a van near Northwood. The collision happened this morning around 4 a.m. between Highway 15 near mile marker 119 and 25th Street Northeast. The driver of the van was turning left onto 25th Street as the motorcycle was traveling at an unknown rate of speed. The motorcyclist then struck head-on into the van, causing him to be ejected from his motorcycle. The motorcyclist was taken by ambulance to a local hospital to be treated for serious injuries. The driver of the van was unharmed. The motorcyclist is facing pending charges and the investigation is still ongoing. A man was injured following a motorcycle crash in Bemidji. The incident happened yesterday at about 8:15 p.m. along highways 197 and 71. A 30-year-old man on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling west towards the intersection of highways 197 and 71. Authorities say a vehicle in front of the Harley hit its brakes, causing the motorcyclist to do the same. This resulted in the motorcycle tipping over on its side, causing the driver to roll away from the Harley. The driver of the motorcycle suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The North Dakota Department of Environmental Quality is hoping to see people show appreciation for the state's lakes this week by preserving them for the future. The state has about 4,500 lakes and about 450 are publicly available. The department is hoping that people will organize cleanup projects to help preserve the lakes for future generations to enjoy. They also gave options for lake festivals to celebrate the landmarks.
We don't have many lakes, so we do need to take care of them. 450 accessible to the public, that gives us opportunity to improve water quality in those bodies to keep their watersheds healthy.
They add the lakes are also an important asset for state tourism. Meanwhile, the North Dakota Department of Transportation is doing their part to study human trafficking patterns unique to the state so they can better inform the public. They are part of a soon-to-be global effort of the nonprofit organization United Against Slavery. The department is part of a concentrated effort to collect the unique human trafficking experiences from workers across all methods of transportation. More than 120 organizations have partnered with the nonprofit to anonymously collect data, including past and personal experiences. Organizers say these combined perspectives are a crucial part of keeping up with changes in human trafficking practices.
You got to go to the front lines. You've really got to go to the core of those exposed to potential signs of trafficking. For this transportation study, we are focused on all modes of transportation, on service providers, and sex and labor trafficking survivors.
The first survey launched on Monday, and those employed by the DOT will have 60 days to fill out the surveys. The data for participants will be collected and released to the public in the spring of 2022. A vigil was held in Philadelphia yesterday to protest the reversal of Bill Cosby's conviction. Cosby was released from prison on June 30th after a ruling from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court vacated his aggravated indecent assault conviction. Yesterday, a number of Cosby's victims, along with other sexual assault survivors and advocates, gathered at the Independence Mall to stand in solidarity against Cosby's release.
I am using my voice to speak out against abuse of power. Sexual assault, rape is abuse of power. We're not going away. We're all going to stick together and we're still going to fight for you.
Meanwhile, Cosby has maintained his innocence during his time in prison. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said today that the National Rifle Association is continuing to spend millions of dollars on ads to stop gun reforms despite having filed for bankruptcy back in January. Schumer said the NRA was a bad actor that was preventing the passage of universal background checks laws by spending millions of dollars on ads, automated text messages, and mailing, just as gun violence spikes in cities across the country.
We're asking the Department of Justice to investigate the actions of the NRA, their outrageous spending, to see if fraud or other actionable offenses occurred.
The senator said the NRA filed bankruptcy to escape an investigation by the New York State, and that constituted, in his words, blatant dishonesty and hypocrisy. Meanwhile, just days ahead of the All-Star game in Denver, police found multiple guns in a Denver hotel room near Coors Field. Here's the latest.
Witness video shows officers in SWAT gear in the lobby of a downtown Denver hotel.
Heavily armed, walked right out of the elevator, and she just thought, what the heck is going on here?
Susan Syverson is staying at the Maven Hotel with her family. On Friday night, her daughter saw heavily armed police in the lobby. They were told to stay in their room on the 7th floor.
So our balcony faces directly towards Coors Field. There's no building in between. You just the balcony, you can see straight across to Coors Field.
Police searched 2 hotel rooms, including one on the 8th floor. Multiple sources connected with the investigation tell Denver 7 they intercepted multiple weapons. They believe the number of weapons, ammo, vantage point, and large crowds could have resulted in a Las Vegas-style shooting. The Maven Hotel is located at 19th and Wazee, just a block away from Coors Field.
So thank you to whoever reported what they saw, because they could have circumvented a catastrophe.
On Saturday, we saw a heavy police presence at the hotel. Chief Paul Pazin stopped by and investigators wheeled out evidence.
I do wonder what happened. I would like to know what happened. I'm glad no one was hurt.
Today, the FBI said they have, quote, no reason to believe those arrested at the hotel are connected to terrorism or a threat at Tuesday's All-Star game. Meanwhile, authorities arrested a man who allegedly made a bomb threat at a Florida airport yesterday. This happened at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The Broward Sheriff's Office says a 74-year-old man of Deerfield Beach got into a heated verbal dispute with a ticket counter employee yesterday morning, during which he said a bomb was in his carry-on luggage and forcing 3 terminals to be evacuated. The man was still at the airport when taken into custody. The threat was determined to be unfounded. He faces 1 count of false reporting of planting a bomb. Later on Valley News Live at 10, the White House sends help after the assassination of the country's president in Haiti. But first, Summer has a look at your weather forecast.